Good morning, teachers and students, and welcome to this year's first episode of Shark News Network.
My name is Maria Gonzalo.
And my name is Andres Gonzalez. This year, DSA has welcomed various new teachers and students to Divine Savior.
Andres and I interviewed Ms. Lang, Ms. Nas, Mr. Liu, Mr. Lilo, and students about their past experiences and expectations for this year at Divine Savior Academy.
Tell me, how many years have you been teaching?
This is my 4th year, so I've been teaching 3 years before this.
So this is my first year teaching. I'm looking forward to getting 1 year under my belt here and continuing to teach here for as long as I can.
This is my 33rd year of teaching.
This will actually be my first year.
Okay. Can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm coming from California, so with all that, there's all the California things. I know how to surf. I can't say I can surf very well, but I can do it, and I got to go to the Grammy Awards this last year, so.
I graduated from Wisconsin Lutheran College this past year. I double majored in secondary education and English, and that's why I'm teaching high school English here, especially freshmen and juniors. I grew up in Kentucky, but I'm looking forward to getting to know Florida better.
Well, let's see. The last 32 years I was teaching in a high school in Michigan. I taught a lot of different math classes while I was there, coached the boys soccer team for the 32 seasons that I was there. We made regionals one year. It was okay. Had an undefeated season one year, so that was pretty exciting. Prior to that, I had moved around a lot, and so I have lived as far away from Florida as Alaska. So I was in Alaska. I don't know if you know, but Mr. Hartzell, he was there while I was there, and then also Pastor Davison. We were all kind of Alaskan boys around the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just graduated from MLC, and I'm original from China. Shanghai, China is my hometown, so Miami is a little bit different for me because I came from a city about 25 million people, which is cool, and I like Miami so far.
Tell me, how many years have you been teaching?
This is my 4th year, so I've been teaching 3 years before this.
And what expectations do you have for this upcoming year?
I think my expectation is to survive and just, enjoy being in Miami and being at DSA.
I try not to have a ton of expectations because I know that things could change a lot, but I'm really hoping to get to know my students and all of the students here at DSA, just so that I can get a better sense of the community.
Well, it's been an interesting start, so my expectation, I really, really hope things start returning more and more to normal. And then looking forward to meeting some of those kids that are online that, boy, you can't give a whole lot of attention to them right now, so nice to see them. And then I'm also realizing these masks are interesting because every once in a while I see a student without a mask and their face is not quite what I imagine it. So actually getting to see the full face and putting those with the names, that'll just be a nice time if we do get around to that. Really praying that does happen for us.
As a teacher, I would say survive, but I want to know more about my students and then to be a teacher, but also to be their friend, to know them more.
What are you most excited about?
I'm excited for the Miami culture. It's a lot different than California, and the school culture is a lot different. So I'm excited for the food. I enjoy all the Spanish that I'm learning from all my students, and so it's a lot of fun to be down.
I'm probably most excited to just get my kids excited about reading and writing and kind of sharing my love of that with all of them.
Okay.
Boy, I really enjoyed the teaching that I get to do, but eventually we get to start the sports, and I get to.
What school did you attend before coming to DSA?
I used to go to Miami Christian since 2015.
I used to live in Colombia.
Reagan.
Doral Academy.
Why did you decide to pick Divine Savior as a school?
Because it's really good, it's Christian, and I have friends here.
I wanted to switch schools so I can be with my friends for my senior year.
Because it has better education.
I play volleyball and I want to make the volleyball team, and the academics I think are better here.
What are you most excited for this new year?
I want to meet new people and enjoy my senior year.
If the volleyball season starts, I want to play volleyball and I'm excited if I make the team.
Finishing my junior year.
Doing good in school and playing volleyball.
And what extracurricular activities would you like to join during this school year besides volleyball?
I don't know any others, and I take a lot of time for volleyball, so probably not anything else, but if I find something, I could try it out.
Soccer team.
maybe
I
basketball.
want to join the soccer team.
For sure. Thank you, teachers and students, for letting us interview you. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your year.
This year has been pretty different from past years due to the pandemic, and we've had to make some adjustments to our regular school routine.
Aaron and Anthony asked Mr. Babler and Dr. Troye about what changed this year, and here are the responses.
Thank you, guys. I'm here with Mr. Babler today. Mr. Babler, how are you?
Doing well, thank you.
So we're going to be asking him a couple of questions about school restart. So, Mr. Babler, how is school going for you so far now that we have to follow the required safety precautions?
The safety precautions haven't been a big issue for me personally. Just been monitoring students as they walk the halls and making sure that everybody is doing their part to stay safe at this time.
Well, I would say it's going pretty well, actually, as a matter of fact. The fact that we actually just get to be face-to-face, I think, is a huge plus. The way we ended the school year last year was a downer, and I think the fact that we can actually have an environment in which we have students interacting with one another, at least to a certain extent, and we can actually teach face-to-face, I think that's a big plus. So I think all in all, I would say it's very good.
And to prepare for the school year, what were kind of things you had to do?
Well, in my role with the technology department, we had to do a lot of preparation for the students to be learning at home, online, making sure everybody was set up and ready to do that, and teaching the teachers how this new online learning environment would work in their lessons and classrooms.
On a very regular basis, I met with all of the other administrators. We met on a regular basis, in fact weekly. As soon as school got out and you guys went on vacation, like Mr. Biesterfeld, he got all of us together. We have administrators from campuses in Texas and here and in Delray Beach, and we were talking about how we were going to reopen and all the protocols that we were going to have to take. Yeah, we did a lot of planning. There's just a lot of work that went into it, and we all shared responsibilities and took on a certain level of work for each of us, and well, here we are.
Can you tell us one thing you don't like about these new school precautions?
I feel like wearing a mask. I have to talk louder, so my voice gets very tired at the end of the day.
And how about something you do like about these safety precautions?
Hi. So since I take temperatures at the back door every morning, I get to see a lot of students and greet them. So it's nice to say good morning.
You're looking at it. I would say it's a necessary evil. It is what it is. I think we all have to do it, and I would think that everybody agrees that it's not comfortable. But if this is one safety precaution that we can do to help with the mitigation of the disease, then by all means. And it is what it is, and it's what we got to do. But I am eagerly looking forward to the time that this can come off.
And how about something you do like about this?
What I do like about it is because we were able to put the safety precautions into play, we're the only school in Doral, I think, that is actually face-to-face. I think that is a unique thing that we can do. I feel terrible for like the students at Ronald Reagan and Doral Academy that have to do online. I mean, if you paid attention to the news the last couple of days, their first 2 days were not good because they got hacked by a 16-year-old. I don't know if you heard that, but you know, we were able to get back to school, back in the swing of things at a relatively quick pace, and so I'd say that's a good thing.
Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
With all these changes, it's hard to adjust sports to fit the coronavirus guidelines.
That's why Enrique and Gabo have interviewed Mr. Seeger to see what has changed since last year in the cross-country plans.
Let's go see what they said.
Hello Sharks, I'm here with Coach Seeger, this year's cross-country coach. Hey sir, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks.
I just want to ask you quick questions about this cross-country season and what are going to be your expectations for this year?
Thanks, that's a great question that a lot of people are wondering. Our season's been delayed about 6 weeks from when we normally get to start. We don't really know what's going to happen for meets at this point. We know that there'll be a district meet, a regional meet, and hopefully for us a state meet for the third time in a row. But as far as the regular season, we will have our practices. We'll warm up with masks on. We'll run around Doral without them, but have the gaiters on ready to go so that we're being safe in that way. When it comes to meets, we're gonna have to get creative. We might have one-on-one meets with another school. Most parks in Miami-Dade are closed, so we can't have traditional meets with 300 people gathered together. But we could do virtual meets just with our own school. We might host an on-campus meet with just DSA runners. So we'll get creative, and we'll make sure that cross country is as awesome as it is every year.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So the next question I'm gonna ask is, for how many years have you been teaching cross country or coaching cross country?
I have been coaching cross country since I got to DSA, so this is year 4.
That's incredible. Okay, coach. So the last question is gonna be, how are you planning to get new kids involved in the cross country?
Great question. Cross country's got it can appeal to a lot of different students. There are a lot of kids who maybe have never run competitively before, and this can be a way for them to be competitive against themselves and maybe train in a way that they haven't done before. I know we have a lot of soccer players who like to get in shape for soccer season, and this is a great way to do that and improve your fitness. And then we just have competitive runners who are in it to win it. They want to see how fast they can go. They love competing against other people. But when it comes down to it, it's really the friendships that form. I ran high school cross country. I met the best man at my wedding, a college roommate there, and these are friends that I still have 20 years later. Who knows how we did during the season? Who knows how we ran? Right. But we really enjoyed getting to know each other, and it's just about the people you get to hang out with during the season.
Thank you, sir.
With all the changes at DSA and the safety procedures, we're all required to wear masks and follow certain safety precautions.
Here is Anthony Peter interviewing Tony Salvaggio to see what DSA is doing to keep us safe.
So now we find ourselves with Mr. Tony Salvaggio. Mr. Tony Salvaggio, how are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Fine, thank you. So we're gonna be asking you a few questions about this getting back into school and all this COVID thing. So let me start asking you, what items and protocols are teachers equipped with to sanitize and protect students and the rooms against COVID?
Yeah, we have a number of products that we're using in the rooms. We're using the wipes, the antibacterial wipes. We have sprays that we're using in the classrooms and the cleaning crew is using as well on high-touch areas. We've been making sure that we're all socially distanced. We're wiping tables between classes just to make sure everything's sanitized and clean. And I think it's everybody's role to make sure that we're all doing these things to stay safe and healthy.
And what do you think has been the most challenging change we as students and you as teachers have gone through during this process?
I think just getting used to wearing the mask all the time is challenging. I've noticed some students when they're talking or eating or in the hallway also touching each other or trying to give our normal kiss that we usually used to. We have to stay away from that, at least in the school setting, because that's where a lot of close contact and touching would potentially spread COVID. So we need to be cognizant of those things. Those are the biggest changes I feel like we're all going through, is mask and just keeping our distance away from each other.
So are there any other changes in the works? Can we as students expect something else to be coming up?
No, I think everything that we're doing school-wide is to the best that we can do. I think that we keep up those things that we're doing and we don't let up. I think the important thing is to know that, even though things look like they're getting better, and they are, I think that we need to be sure that we're continuing those careful protocols that we've been doing all along since school started.
And I guess we all can't wait till this is over and we can go back to normal. So can you tell us what's the number one thing you're looking forward to when this COVID thing is over?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing each other's full face instead of a half face. Not wearing the mask, not having the pressure on my ears, getting back to the weight room, getting back to sports, things that we're used to, things that are important. that we're not fully taking advantage of, the clubs, the sports, the things like that in the school. So those things I'm really looking forward to.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks.
Thank you, teachers and coaches, for telling us all about it.
And thank you, students, for tuning in. We'll see you on next month's episode of
Shark News Network!